gentlemen, is where the mental health center was. So you got some trees here. These are all original trees. And you have the other trees from long ago here. Right now the park caretakers here, since this is no longer a park, they are dodge mowers and whatnot and all that fun stuff. But yeah. So what you also have over here is what's left of the poor farm, like I was telling you earlier today. Those were the burns from the poor farm from the, I believe the 19th century was the first building before it was burnt down in 1914. And that's pretty much what is called now the Farm Museum is over there, as you see. Now there's some other buildings over here, like the operating ones. Operation building, and also the one that is the offices. So there's that. Alright, so we're gonna make our way on our walk here. As you see, it's pretty much the children's playground. There's some other barns. Now hopefully I won't interfere with anybody, so to speak. Oh, there's our marker. So we're going to start over here, ladies and gentlemen, this marker. Hopefully, God willing, my hat won't blow up. One that used to be here. Okay? There's that. Here's the people. Now, there's the building site, what I was telling you about, okay? That is the infirmary of 1914 that was built in the place of the house. And this is pretty much where they were making it into the medical center. So here we go. After the Civil War, many counties around the country established poor farms that would provide temporary homes for returning soldiers. So there's the good news here. In St. Clair County, there was also a need for out-of-work people with seasonal jobs like sailors and lumbermen. The farm also served for the county's destitute, hence the association with the term poor farm. So that would be those that kind of had a lot going on in their lives. In 1869, St. Clair County established a farm in southern Wales Township. So pretty much that's where we're at. But the soil proved to be poor, and almost immediately they began looking for more suitable farmland. By 1873, the county had purchased over 200 acres in the northern Wales Township and moved county farm to Goodells. This is where we are at today. Now, obviously, it does not look like a county farm because, as you see, we also have a village that is on the property as well. Obviously, it was more trees and farm and, you know, stuff like that, because obviously this was not a park back in that time period. You just had pretty much all of this. Tragedy struck on a cold February day in 1940 when the massive fire swept through the county home, burning it to the ground immediately after the fire. The county began reconstruction on a new, larger facility, which is probably what you say right here is your new, larger facility. Farming operations at the site were profitable. Money from crop and livestock sales helped to finance the farm. Some people living in the infirmary worked on the farm as hired workers. Not everyone that lived on the farm could work due to injuries or illness, and hence why we have a cemetery on the property. Was a lot of those that fortunately lost their lives to sickness or anything that was life-threatening. They were buried over there. Now, stories have said, and eyewitness accounts of those, of just the deceased doctor that was there for many of the people there. There's a gravestone of his, and there's one of someone else, a newer-looking headstone. Could possibly have been a worker, could have possibly been someone that was from here but was moved, or it is a in memoriam for the person that once lived here as well. Farming operations ceased in 1962 when the infirmary was remodeled and rededicated as the St. Clair County Medical Center. It remained an active medical center until 1992 when it closed and was demolished in 1993, which is the year after. So what you're seeing from the parking lot is where the Medical Institute used to be. Isn't that a very interesting story, ladies and gentlemen? But you see here, people losing under construction of what looks to be a sundial, or something maybe pertaining to the history of where we are at right now. I don't know, but wanted to add that as a little brief intermission here. So, alrighty, moving on. We're entering right now the park side as the mowers are mowing over here on the property for upcoming events, I assume. Dennis DeLore is the current director now for Parks and Recreation, so he knows a lot about this place. Contact Dennis DeLore, D-E-L-O-R, if you want to know more information. My goal. Hello. We got the Columbus Bible Church over here. I did many other documentaries when I wasn't dressed up, visiting, as you know, to the cabin. There's that. The schoolhouse from Lynn Township. Super awesome. Did that before too last year when visited Dad's engine. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go pretty much closest to the Here's the elevator. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the Poor Farm windmill. This baby has been around since this place existed. Look at that baby. There we go. How cool is that? And by the way, I love what now. treat everything with respect and the caretakers and whatever you will. Now, obviously, this is a service area, too. Like, they'll come down, you know, you got your farmers that do their crops and yada, yada, yada. This is still working farmland as well, but it's also a park to pay homage to pretty much a whole lot. So, yeah. Last but not least, we're getting closer now to the cemetery. Kind of cutting these out right now because I'm using a phone. It's supposed to be a high of 80 today on this Wednesday, May 11th. I'm pretty much wearing the attire, half of it, that people. It's fun. Lots and lots of fun. Alright, so. Here is the cemetery. Or was a cemetery. Now again, it's pretty much a dead cell. You were buried here. Somebody stirs up, oh, well, they moved the body. Medical stuff, experiments, yada, yada, yada. Could be buried elsewhere. And I believe many of those bodies are buried in other real cemeteries, I believe. Oh, we got a little tree over here now. Aww. Bless those buried. As you can see, it's pretty much a dead cell. Maybe a few. Now, doctor I told you about, there's gravestones around there here. And we're going to go ahead and take a little walk in here really quick. And then I'm going to scoot. We'll go by the barns as long as the lawn care staff don't boot me out in any way. And if they do, you know, I understand it. I don't mean any disrespect. YouTubers are... Now, this was from the Boy Scouts. They did this in memory of all those that are still in their unmarked graves or moved. Because, again, big old question mark. Alright, so as always, no one follow me home. You're not welcome. When you go to these people, this is homage to whoever it is. I think this might be possibly a move. I don't know. I don't remember seeing this. Almost looks like this is Doctor's grave. Let me see. Very sorry for your loss, sir, ma'am. Oh, it's John. It's Mr. John. Either they found John, he's here or something, but John, thank you for your service, sir. Rest in peace. So John finally has a proper setup now. How it should be. Before John's stone was in BFE somewhere over here. And that was not good when it was last year. Not funny. Whoever decided to do that. Either John got reburied or they just found John and I don't know. All I know is John was somewhere and apparently that's supposedly a mark. Now here's the Donald Sullivan again. This is the newer one I was telling you about. See, there's a tree. Memory of John Sullivan. John, thank you for your service. May God bless you wherever you are. And yeah, so now we're gonna exit our cemetery walk here, ladies and gentlemen. Go by the old Poor Farm Barns, and I think that one, if I can do it, I'm going to do give you a little bit of a harvest days I told you about. This is pretty much everything still set up for that time. And also the barn's always open for it. My dad's engine, dad's saw rig, 1919 Hercules saw rig. We were all very happy that Travis kind of finished what my dad couldn't start. He unfortunately, as you know,